welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing What If Deku Was the Son of Satan Part 3. Let's get straight into the video. Last where we left off was Izuku Midoriya winning against Momoya Rozu and Katsuki Bakugo. While I'm pretty sure Chaco Uraka was just sitting there just watching as he completely clapped some cheeks. And hey guys, thank you guys for 108 subscribers. That means the world to me. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for all of the likes, the support, the views, just everything. I love you guys so much. And just thank you. Now, let's get back into the video. We go to when Izuku Midoriya comes back to Class 1A. Everybody is just in awe at how Izuku Midoriya managed just to defeat Momoya Rozu, which had the angel powers, and Katsuki Bakugo, who had One for All. So let's go. Time skip to the USJ. Time skip to the USJ. As Izuku Midoriya, Momoya Rozu, and the rest of Class 1A went to the USJ. Now, let's get straight into the USJ attack. As before, Aizawa said, 13, protect the kids. Katsuki Bakugo, Momoya Rozu, and Izuku Midoriya jump down, getting ready to fight. Let's go to first Katsuki Bakugo as he blasted towards some of the villains while using hand-to-hand combat. Let's just say he was using kickboxing with his explosions, and combined with One for All, which are pretty powerful. But let's say he can use explosions in his feet. Technically, he can use explosions in his feet if he sweats in his feet, and he just has to learn how to use his feet. Like, this can happen in canon, and in this AU, he used bone training because All Might recommended it to him. So his explosions are more powerful. Combined with One for All, can level about 2 buildings, which is the Eiffel Tower and the one in Paris, the one in Paris. I forgot what it's called. But as Katsuki Bakugo would blast towards them while punching and kicking, kind of like he's a shoot style, but like with explosions. Let's go to Momoya Rozu as she created a light whip, and just started whipping some of the villains. And as she pulled one towards her and used light in her hand and punched him in the face. Let's go to Izuku Midoriya as he's just slashing villains on the chest but not killing them because he doesn't want to get arrested. So, and Aizawa's there too. He's doing everything that he did in canon. But as all the four of them were dealing with the villains in quick succession, not really having any trouble until two things come out: the Nomu and something that looks like this. Something that looked like this. And this is where, the Son of Satan comes into play, because I said it was a quirk. I didn't specify on how it was a quirk. Now, I know some of you were thinking like, oh, how can you call this the Son of Satan? But in the first beginning of the series, you said it was a quirk. Well, I did say he was the Son of Satan, and I didn't say that Inko was not, a demon. I said he was a human. So let me explain how. I've been thinking about this, and this kind of makes sense to me. I mean, kind of makes sense to me. So, the quirk gene and Satan's genes mixed together. That way, Satan's genes can turn into a quirk. Instead of just looking like no quirk, it was a quirk. Like, demonic genes and, like, quirk genes mixed it together into one to make, a demonic quirk gene there. And the sword and the flames, it already came with like having demonic powers, but it just transferred over to a quirk. See, Satan has the ability in this one. Satan has the ability to summon a blade that can destroy the whole universe, at least in this one. So my reasoning is, because the quirk gene mixed with the demonic gene turned into a demonic quirk gene. Now let's get back. As they saw the Nomu in this thing, they got scared, but except for Izuku, he felt like, he didn't feel anything. He just felt like chill, And then as he pulled out the sword, and as his horns and black flames started to pew out, and then as The demon recognized it. And yes, this is a demon. As the demon recognized, and then he kneeled before him and said, My prince, Satan has been looking for you. And then as Izuku was like, huh? And then as Momoyaruzu and Katsuki Bakugo charged at the demon, because they already took care of the Nomu, like that was nothing. The Nomu was disintegrated by Momoyaruzu, and combined with Katsuki Bakugo's 100% Hauser impact, that Nomu was gone. It was nothing. It's nothing. It was the exact same Nomu that was supposed to defeat All Might, but let's get back. So as the demon thought they were charging at him, the demon pulled out a sword and a shield and just went to work with him. Momoyaruzu's quirk did, kind of damage him a little. He just he has a regenerative. He can regenerate, obviously. But then as the demon, as someone snapped their fingers and the demon charged at Izuku. See, Izuku, even though he's the son of Satan, his powers are not yet unlocked to its fullest potential. So I'm not gonna explain it all right now. That's all I'm just gonna say. Like his power is not at its fullest potential that it could be. As the demon charged at him, like literally blitzed at him and started just punching him, bow, 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 just punching him rapidly. And he started to lose consciousness a little bit, and then blank. His eyes, they would blank. As Izuku started to rise up, and he pulled out his sword, but something was different. His eyes, they were dark. They didn't have any light. They didn't have any pupils. They were just dark. And as Izuku's flame started to glow a little darker, and then they turned purple. As they turned purple, and it started to consume Izuku. It started to consume him, and then he looked like this. Well, his face at least. With a smile on his face and with a demonic mark appear on his forehead, and his eyes purplely dull. As he raised up his sword, as purple flames spewed out of it. Boom! All you could see is purple, dark, just evil aura around the sky. And then as Izuku slashed down, the USJ was obliterated. Nothing behind it, just the front. All you could see is dirt, a crater where Izuku stood, and the demon. That's all you could see. And as All Might burst through the door with all of the heroes, and then as Izuku turned around with a smile on his face, and then as he blitzed towards everyone, stabbed Snipe right in his heart, took out the blade, and looked at everyone, including Class 1A. As Class 1A and all of the heroes took a defensive stand, and as Katsuki Bakugo and Momoyaruzu joined in the battle. As he looked back, as he saw them, as Momoyaruzu created a light blade, but Izuku did quick succession with her, blocking, then elbowing her in the stomach. Turns around quickly, punches her in the face, sending her miles away. As Katsuki Bakugo did a 100% Hauser impact, but Izuku stopped it with a finger. And as Izuku did a downward slash, Katsuki Bakugo, all you could see was his chest, was blood spewing everywhere. All Might looked in horror, and then as he said, Izuku Midoriya has now gone rogue. And as he did a Detroit smash, actually, a Texas smash, as Izuku stopped it with a finger. Not even a finger, a pinky. Like it was nothing. All Might was nothing to him. And then as he punched All Might in his weak spot, All Might immediately deflated and fell unconscious. As Midnight tried to use her quirk, but it was no use. He just swiped at the air and the smoke disappeared. And then he backhanded Midnight, she's going miles away. President Mike tried to use his quirk, but Izuku blitzed him and punched him straight in his throat. As Aizawa tried to erase his quirk, but the demon side of the quirk, when activated, like this, completely overrides the quirk portion of Satan's powers. So when that happens, when he has the mark, the quirk gene is no more. The demonic side is completely out. As Aizawa was like, what? Izuku felt Aizawa tried to erase his quirk, but then he blitzed over to Aizawa, chopped him in his neck, sending him flying while knocking him unconscious. As Kirishima went unbreakable and blitzed towards Izuku, punching him rapidly, but Izuku was just standing there with a smile on his face. And then as Kirishima got tired and stopped punching, and then as Izuku literally brushed off his clothes like it was nothing, and grabbed Kirishima by the throat and slammed him. All you could see is Kirishima's body outline while he was in the ground. And it was just a massacre until Izuku had nothing left to fight except All for One. All for One sensed his quirk, but he sensed that it wasn't just an ordinary quirk, so he decided to try and steal it. And All Might did not succeed in injuring him, so he's 100% prime All for One. As Izuku sensed his power, and then power coming towards him fast. As he saw All for One, and then he smirked. And then he unsheaths his sword, throws down the sheath, and proceeds to get in his stance. His eyes still purplish gray, still purplish black, the mark still on his head, and with his smile still on his face.